I'm back with another triggering topic. Now, disclaimer, this video may contain sensitive subject matter. This video is filled with my thoughts and my thoughts alone. Now, I made this video to spread awareness about a serious issue in the Black community. I also will be using clips which are protected by fair use guidelines. And if you didn't know, everything is all alleged and nothing is factual. This is just for awareness purposes. Now, with that being said, I'm going to show you guys some clips and I'll be right back.
As a white girl who has dated black guys since the age of 15, I feel like you guys need my perspective on this Shannon Sharpe shit, because everything I'm seeing is like white women are fetishizing black men. Like the Shannon Sharpe sitch, like the girl said something about, I want your black baby, right? I have had black men come to me and say, I want you to have my black baby. Not, I want you to have my baby. That's the acceptable response. No, I want you to have my black baby. And I have had black men ask me to say very derogatory things in bed. Yeah. So part of it is not that white women are fetishizing black men. It's like the opposite. And I feel like this isn't being talked about, and I don't want to get any hate for this, guys, because this is my personal experience, but I've had more black men than not mention race in our relationship as like a kink. I don't know. I don't even know if that's like the right way to describe it. But there are some black men in this world that I think like I don't know if they want to reenact. I don't know if it's like a power trip of like, I don't know, but I just feel like that piece is important to this puzzle.
Now, you see this YT woman telling her experiences with black men, and I must say, I believe her. I believe that black men have probably encouraged her to participate in that type of behavior. The same way I've seen so many times in my life where black men encourage YT women and sometimes also other non-black people to use the N-word in their presence. For some reason, they feel like that gives them some type of acceptance by allowing others to degrade them publicly. But I will say that's also a form of degradation that we've just begun to accept in the black community. And, let me just make this clear as well. I'm not saying that some of these YT women don't enjoy doing it as well, and they don't fetishize black men. I'm just saying that I do believe her point in that a lot of times they do it and feel comfortable to do it because they have been encouraged by the black man. But let these black men tell it, they don't do things like that. They aren't buck broken. And all of them are Martin Luther King Jr. mixed with Malcolm X and a splash of Marcus Garvey. Or they'll act confused and say, why is it such a double standard when a black man dates a YT woman as opposed to when a black woman dates a YT man? Or they'll say, black women, y'all just hating. When black women will say that the majority of black men that interracially date are self-hating, submissive, sexual simps. But, I don't want you to take my word for it. I just want you to see it for yourself.
I was dating this Armenian girl, and we were making sex. I was having sex with her. But I was having sex with her, and we were towards the end, and she goes,
Beep.
"Fuck me harder with that N-word dick." And I stop, look at her right in the eye, and I came harder than I've ever come before. It was so awesome, you guys. It was so great. Like, I was like, what? Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, it was almost worth being black my entire life.
God.
I like to play like a runaway slave.
Okay.
I like to play like a disobedient slave with a white woman.
So tell me like what you say.
Yes, master. I'm so sorry.
It's two of them. Like, it's like me getting whooped, right?
You get whooped?
It's like I play like you whipping, but most of them don't want to play like that. This nigga.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what white woman goes along with this?
They don't want to play like that. They don't.
Okay.
This is it's like, listen, you're gonna act like your masters You're Master's wife.
And I'm the runaway
And I
slave.
just got whooped by Master for eyeballing
okay.
you.
Race play? I noticed in the comments a lot of you guys have issues with that, and I'm a bit curious. Look, I'm just gonna say, two consenting adults, like, why, like, who are we to judge? However, as some of you know, I got called the N-word in the bedroom when I was like 15, 16, and in that moment, it was like, what is the difference between having, like, being into degradation and what Shannon Sharp partook in? It's just the pure form of it. So it's like, are we shaming everyone who's into being degraded? Like, hey, it's performance art in the bedroom. That's what bedroom athletics is. It's like getting mad at an actor for a role they play in a movie or play. The point is, two consenting adults, like, they're getting into the thick of it. They're like, hey.
Now, this is a comedian named Jared Carmichael, and I really never heard of him until he had all of this like drama surrounding what he's about to say. Well, what I'm about to tell you that he said. But anyway, he dates men and he has the same pathology. And honestly, that shows that there is a mental disconnect and a serious brainwashing that has occurred with black men specifically, regardless of orientation. But anywho, he says this about his white tea boyfriend. I sometimes joke to him that our relationship is like that of a slave and a master's son who like teaches me how to read by candlelight. Like, what? Disgusting. And of course, we already know this, Shannon Sharp and the race play and the big black baby in me and all of that stuff, of course. Now, looking at those clips, me personally, I felt disgusted. I wasn't surprised, but I was disgusted because it's like, do you know how much our ancestors suffered? Do you know how much mental and emotional abuse they had to endure due to them being degraded and made to feel as if they were less than, not even human, no autonomy over their bodies? And you mean to tell me that they endured all of that so that we could be in a better position? But now in 2025, you choose to be willingly degraded. You choose to not only allow yourself to be disrespected and called the N-word, but you encourage it. And then you are aroused by it. How absolutely disgusting and demonic. And it's crazy because you see these big male celebrities getting exposed for participating in this type of activity and being out loud and proud about it. And it happens so often with them. But tell me, how many black women celebrities have you heard about doing this? I mean, really, tell me the truth. Do you think that Serena Williams is out here letting her husband call her the N-word? Honestly, I know that you know that she's not. And, you know, this isn't to say that there aren't some weirdo black women out there that will probably do that. Shout out to Candace Owens. But I think that we have to be realistic here and be honest and say that we know that those black women are in the minority, which unfortunately is not the case for black men. And it's wild because these same black men will say, I don't understand why black men are side-eyed when they date out. Or, you know, my preference is a white tea woman. Well, this is why. Because a lot of y'all have been so successfully buck broken that you want to be in servitude in some way or another to the white tea man and his daughter. Y'all are really ops, for real. Because you sleeping with a white tea woman, you marrying a white tea woman, you having her have your children, that is not sticking it to the man. And there's so many black men that say that. That's not sticking it to the man at all. Like, they don't want to see more black people. So the most revolutionary thing that you could do to make them mad would to be to have more fully black children. But that's a whole nother discussion in itself. You know, I'll just say that, you know, and I think also the proof is in the pudding. Because this honestly is why when you look at the community, you see the most self-hating and racist biracial people. They normally come from a black father and the white tea mother combo. Say I'm lying. And, you know, I'm just going to go on record saying this. In no way, shape, form, or fashion is it okay to allow yourself to be treated like this. I don't care what you're talking about it. I do not look at this as a kink. I look at this as a mental illness. You are buck broken, period. All right? And I don't care what nobody say. I'm not a prude. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to tell people that they only got to be whatever vanilla. Nah, this is not that. And I also want to say that anyone of a different race, that is willing to participate in this with a black man or a black woman, you need a side eye too. Because if you really loved and respected, not only yourself, but you respected black people, you would be repulsed at the idea of racially degrading somebody that you say you care about. Like I said, if you are, because I'm not a prude here, so let me get this straight. But I'll say this, if you're a real freak and you out here dirty talking, or even if you're into degradation, there are so many other words that you can use besides words that degrade your very existence, your race, and your ancestors. Like, what are we talking about here? I've said this plenty of times, and it still confuses me, even though I know why. But it's just like black men have so many standards for black women. Talk like this, act like this, look like this, don't disrespect me, be nice, treat me like a black king. Respect is so important. Respect, respect, respect. But then turn around and let the most mid-whitey woman of all time talk to them like they are literally poo on a shoe. Like, talk to them like they are a scumbucket. Like they over there with plankton in Bikini Bottom. You know what I'm saying? And they love it down there, okay? And I say this all the time, like to black women. Black women, there is nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with the way you behave. There's nothing wrong with the way you look. There's nothing wrong with the way you treat black men. You just aren't the right color. Because there are black men that will take every single quality, trait, characteristic, anything they don't like about black women. Also wigs, weaves, lashes, everything. And they will eat it up like a special at Popeyes, as long as the woman is white tea or not black. Disgraceful. But I really didn't have too much to say about this. I ain't told y'all nothing that you ain't already know, sis. Like, I ain't said nothing revolutionary here. I just like to post receipts because I see far, far, far too many black men right now online acting flabbergasted. Like they don't know that Negroes get down like this. Like, this is the first time they heard of it. You heard about this. You saw this. Your daddy did it. But anyway, I digress. If you watched this whole video and you enjoyed it, please do me a favor and drop a 2 down below in the comments. You already know why, because these men are boo, boo. Boo to the boo. And besides that, they don't mind getting treated like poo on a shoe. Like I said, earlier. So we'll just go ahead and give them what they want. All right. And also, if you can donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, that's no problem at all. I know times are hard out here and we're all struggling and we're just all trying to make it. So do me a free favor. Follow your girl on TikTok. I do live stream there exclusively. We do get a little bit of messy there. So if you don't like a little bit of messiness, I don't know. But it does get a little bit of crazy over there. So follow your girl on TikTok. Also, I'm on the road to 20K. So please, pretty please, follow your girl on YouTube. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new uploads. And also subscribe. Let your girl make it to 20K. All right. I'll be doing some type of special, some type of giveaway, some type of something when I reach 20K. So anyway, I love to hear from you ladies. So go ahead and please drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.